Okay, firstly, I would like to apologize for last week. Suddenly, I have got some other meetings to attend. Okay, and I had to cancel last session. Okay, for today, okay, I will briefly explain. Well, we will move on to the next topic. So far, we have looked at basically the internal innovation. Yeah, strategic management of internal innovation, where we have looked at strategic management. Um, how to say involve three important activities or elements that is well, of course, planning, and then after you plan, you have to implement it, okay, and then monitoring and control. Okay, so far we have looked at the strategic management of internal innovation. So what is internal innovation? That is innovation activities carried out within the organization. Okay, mostly it will involve the R&D lah, research and development. Research and development which is carried out in-house, carried out internally by the organization themselves. So from today, okay, we will look at the external innovation. Yeah, external innovation. These mostly involve getting or obtaining technology from outside. Yeah, I think we have looked also in other class. I remember when you attended my R&D and innovation management class. We have looked at even in technology management, introduction to technology management, you have looked also that technology you can get it internally, okay, by doing R&D, and also externally by obtaining, okay, or outsourcing the technology. Yeah. Um, we have looked actually in the early chapter, okay, that doing internal innovation have pro and cons. Doing R&D in doing in-house R&D have advantages and disadvantages. Yeah. Well, of course, if we talk about the uh, disadvantages of R&D or internal innovation, um, well, it always involve the cost. Not all company, okay, not all business company can afford to do their own R&D, because R&D usually costly, very expensive lah. Okay, to pay the cost human resource to hire the scientists. You need the I'll say the cost can reach million dollars, okay, to do R&D, okay, and also R&D also involved with uncertainty. You do R&D, not necessarily you will get the result. Sometimes you can get the result, but not immediately lah. Okay, it's after so many years, and then you can see the result. Okay. Also, R&D very risky. Yeah, very risky, uncertain, and costly. Okay, that the how to say the challenge lah, the challenge or the disadvantage of doing internal R&D. Okay, that's why a company how to say, sometimes, not sometimes, okay, but always lah. Okay, uh, they have to acquire technology from outside. Yeah, obtaining technology externally. Here actually some summary from the how to say, the textbook actually. The reason for not relying on internal innovation, of course, there are many reasons. Um, the important reason I have mentioned just now, okay, about the disadvantages of doing internal. Okay, that's why you need to obtain technology externally. Yeah. Um, well, the firm products line is quickly falling behind that of its competitor. Okay, because of this, firm product line is quickly falling behind of its competitor. Means that the company needs to how to say to get the technology immediately. Okay, because the product line quickly falling behind that of competitors, then this company need technology desperately and immediately. Okay, so can you do internal R&D if your product line quickly behind of your competitors? Okay, you start R&D is already too late. Yeah. Uh, so you need the how to say technology immediately soon. Okay. Means the time is very precious here. Okay. Maybe by getting technology outside is faster lah. Okay. The first, and then a new competitor enters or is about to enter the market, which will change the dynamics of the industry. This also relate with the need or the requirement for the companies to obtain the technology immediately, rather than doing their own R&D, doing their own internal innovation, which can take times to get the result. Okay. And also, the company or the firm discover that its process are not as efficient or effective as those of its competitors. Okay, and then the firm believes that its current products or processes are not going to be successful in the future. Okay, so all this reason, all this reason. Hold on. Trying to go back to the page.
Doctor, sorry to
Yes.
interrupt.
Okay. Yes.
Because I cannot find the slide in e-learning. Maybe because
Oh.
it's like duplicate with the
Yes,
implementation.
duplicate. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand that why, Hazel. Okay, thank you very much for.
Okay.
I just realized it this morning. Okay, I will fix it. I will fix it
Thank you.
soon. Okay, thank you. Okay,
Thank
very
you.
good, very good. You okay? Everybody, I think you are very looking at all the materials online e-learning, which is good. Okay, I will fix it. Yeah, later. This I think I noticed also. Just noticed this morning. There's something like duplication. Okay. We continue. The reason for obtaining technology externally. Actually, this one some summary from the book. Well, of course, there are many other reasons. Okay, like just now. Okay, the important point is you need company needs to get the technology from outside. Okay, because the challenge or the disadvantage of doing or getting or developing the technology inside. Developing technology inside, you have to do R&D. R&D takes time to get the result. It costly. It's how to say risky and costly. Okay, so not all company can afford to do. Yeah. While it's very important for company to get the technology or to possess the technology, but they cannot do it internally. Yeah. So they have to obtain the technology externally. Okay. So in terms of how to say getting technology externally, so how you can get it? Yeah. Of course, you can get it in several ways. Okay. I think we have looked also before. Okay. How companies can obtain or to get technology from outside. Here, basically, we can categorize it into two. Yeah, into twos. Well, of course, if you read different books, okay, there are several ways to how to say categorize of um, technology in external technology. You get technology from outside. Okay, there are categories explaining how you can obtain technology from outside. Okay, firstly, alliances. We look at it later. How alliance also have different categories or different mechanism. How company can ally. Ally mean work together with other companies or other organization in order to how to say to work on technology or to develop technology or to obtain technology. Okay, first alliances. Okay, and then the second is uh, may merging and acquisition, merger and acquisition, or M&A. Yeah. So, okay, we look first at alliances. Okay, even alliances, there are several types of alliances that the uh, companies or the business can choose which type of alliances okay, they can apply in order to obtain technology. Okay, and these alliances have different categories, which can be categorized based on its level of formality, duration, and also location. Yeah, formality means alliance can be very formal. Formal mean you have all the documentation. Okay, you have to how to say have agreements, black and white agreements, and all those paperwork that is labeled formality. And sometimes alliance can be just very formal. Okay, just you simple call. Okay, simple call on the phone or even on the emails or emails. Just um, uh, informal collaboration or alliance can be done also. Okay, and also alliance can be in short time. Okay, one you do one project and then finish. Okay, or it can take many years. Collaboration, working together can be many years and can be a short period. Okay. Also about location, company can work together with other company within okay, their country, okay, or with global company, with international company or companies from outside or other countries. Yeah. So alliance also have different how to say different type of alliance. Okay, we look here. Uh, there are several ways of how um, companies can alliance with other company in acquiring or in technology acquisition. In acquiring technology, alliance for technology acquisition, there are several types of alliance. Okay, the first is joint venture. Yeah, joint venture. This usually long term means company. Yeah, different company they do joint venture to work on something, something in common. Okay. Usually, okay, never mind. We look at the type of alliances. Okay, the first joint venture, and then the second is franchise. Franchise agreements. Okay. When we talk about franchise, okay, we just remember about some franchise. Examples like fast food franchise like McDonald's or Starbucks or those company like that. Okay, franchise means that they um, like McDonald's in Malaysia. Okay, it's owned by a Malaysian company. Okay, but it get the franchise from the main companies, okay, that is, okay, for example, McDonald in US, in the United States. Um, So company in Malaysia, okay, they agree on franchise, okay, to do business in this country. Of course, it involves money also, okay. In terms of technology acquisition also, okay, franchise agreements can be conducted or carried out. Yeah? Okay, joint ventures, franchise agreements, and then the a consortium. A consortium is single, okay. Consortia is plural. Consortium. So what is the meaning of consortium? Consortium ini bukan bas konsortium, okay. Ada juga nama bas konsortium tu, mungkin I don't know whether the meaning is the same here, okay. But when we talk about consortium here, this is the groups of companies, group of companies, usually more than two, many companies, like 10, 20 maybe, similar company, similar within the same industry, okay. They work together to well, of course, they create alliance, okay, to work together on certain technology, okay. This one in developing countries quite common. In Malaysia, I think it's very difficult to find the example of many companies, many different companies, of course, within the same industry. They work together in consortium, in consortia, okay, to work on a common cause of developing the technology. Yeah, so companies can how to say, to get to acquire technology by using this consortia. Company, okay, certain company, for example, they join the consortium to work together with other companies to develop the technology. Okay, that is consortia. Licensing agreements. Licensing agreements. If you take a course on intellectual property. Intellectual property. I think you are familiar with patents. Patent. What is patent? When individual or companies, okay, they work on research, okay, and after the research, based on the research, as a result of the research, they come up with some invention. So to avoid this invention from being, how to say, leaked or be used by other organization without, how to say, well, without loss lah, okay. When you have worked something, you want to protect your intellectual property from being stolen by others, okay. So to protect it, one of the mechanism, okay, for invention or invention protection is to apply for patents to protect your invention. Yeah. What is licensing agreements? After a certain company have patent their invention, they can allow this technology or this product used by other company, okay, provided that the company pay the licensing fees. Licensing fees. So here, licensing agreements is one of the method, very useful method by certain company which want to use other company technology. Of course, they cannot steal other organization or other companies technology, but they can license. They can license. Want to use other people technology, you ask them to license the technology to you. Okay, of course you have to pay certain amount of fees to use other people technology within a certain period. Yeah, that possible to do it. And this is a licensing agreements where you can acquire or to obtain technology um, with cheaper, uh, of course cheaper because you don't have to do R&D. Yeah? So you save a lot of money here. Okay. So you just use other people technology, but of course you have to pay uh, licensing fees to the owners. Okay. This actually is quite common in how to say IT lah, phone. I always give example of Samsung and Apple. Samsung and Apple, they always have licensing agreements with each other. Okay, maybe Samsung uh, license, get license from Apple to use their technology or vice versa. Okay, so licensing agreements is one of the method or mechanism that can be used by the companies to get technology from outside or from other company faster. Well, of course, faster compared if you do your own R&D. Your own R&D maybe take times, maybe take very long time before you get the result. Yeah? Faster and also cheaper. Cheaper, not cheap lah, okay. But if you compare with doing your own R&D, which can cost, remember the statistic that I show you, companies can spend billions of dollars every year to do R&D. You imagine you just use other people technology by um, paying certain amount of fees. Okay, this might be a lot cheaper. Okay, than you do your own R&D. You do your own R&D, even it's not certain. Okay, it's not even certain. Okay, whether you can get the actual result or not. Yeah. So that is licensing agreements. Technology also can be obtained, okay, through subcontracts. Subcontracts mean what is this? Okay, you contract the R&D or innovation activities to other organization. Mean maybe you don't have the resource, you don't have enough people, okay, maybe enough money, okay, you don't have to do your own R&D within your company. Okay, you can subcontract the R&D activity to other other expert outside, other uh, expert organization outside. For example, if one company in Malaysia, Proton for example, okay, or Petronas for example, okay, they want to do R&D, uh, maybe it's cheaper for them to subcontract to give other organization like university. Okay, university, I got this something to to do research on. Okay, so can you please do it for us? Eh? Of course, with funding and money lah. It's not free. Okay, but companies can subcontract the technological activities, R&D activities to other organization which may be expert on that area. Okay, or maybe they have more experience, okay, than yourself. That is subcontracts. Okay. Alliance can be also very informal, like informal understanding. Formal understanding. This is just very informal relation between company and other companies. And this informal understanding or informal alliances, okay, usually you start with informal first, and then you want to formalize. using other type of linkage. Yeah, maybe you start informal and then you uh, form joint venture, for example. Okay. This joint venture usually involve two companies. Yeah? Usually joint venture between the two companies. Um, well, there are many examples. Okay. Um, every type of linkage, of course, there are um, the challenges, okay, and also the advantages and also disadvantages. Yeah, the advantages in terms of their how to say in terms of their strategic implication. Strategic implication. Disadvantage actually can be referred also to the cost of doing this. Joint venture, for example, is very clear lah. Okay. The advantages of joint venture, okay, specific contribution and obligation by the um, involved company. Yeah. Usually, in joint venture, two companies they form another small company lah to work on that purpose. Yeah. They do a joint venture. For example, I remember this is many years ago lah. Some companies from Korea, then they work together with uh, how to say the company from Malaysia, okay, and they form one joint venture company to um, uh, to make cement. Okay, I remember. Okay, because this one I'm talking about the place, the company in Perak, Perak where they make cement. Okay, the state of Perak. Okay, there are many how to say the materials to make the cement from the limestone. Limestone. Okay, you can get the materials in Perak very abundant there. Okay, so this Korean company came here, okay, and then they formed joint venture with state government owned company. Okay, I remember the names of the company, Perak Anjung. Okay, this company is example of joint venture. Okay, where the company may share the expertise, the technology expertise, to work on certain objective, certain objective. Of course, there are advantages here. By doing joint ventures, it is very clear, the objective of what you want to achieve, and the new companies or the new joint venture company can be created to specifically carry out the activity. Means they specialize on carrying out this activity, and because of this specialization, they may have the better chance to be successful lah, because they are very target, very focused. This joint venture. However, the challenges can be in terms of strategic drift or culture clash. Possible with the new entity. Culture clash, that is common lah. That is common. Um, and just imagine Malaysian and Korea, or Malaysia and Japan. Okay, they form joint venture. Yeah, um, it can be a clash. Yeah, in terms of culture. Okay, not only language lah. Okay, language. The Japanese people, okay, sometimes they are very good. Okay, but they are not maybe good at English. Sometimes they cannot even speak English. Okay, so they want to join with you. So it might be culture in terms of language. Okay, also the custom. Okay, sometimes the way they do business also the same. The very different. Okay, not the same. So culture clash possible. Um, Strategic drift also possible. Strategic drift means maybe at first you have strategic very clear objective, but during the the process, okay, this sometimes one of the partner, okay, may want to change the objective, so that can create problems. Okay, so other how to say types or categories of type of linkage also have their own advantages and um, disadvantages. A franchise agreement, for example, okay, franchise agreements. Um, if you how to say join the franchise agreements, okay. Well, of course, the franchise owner, okay, they have already the technology. They are very experienced. Um, well, when we talk about franchise, we always remember uh, KFC, okay, McDonald's, okay, ada many other franchise. Okay, well, of course, this McDonald, for example, they have been in business for so many years. So many years. Of course, they have the knowledge and the technology. Okay, so if the franchisee, the one uh, who buy, okay, to not to buy lah, okay, to agree, to make agreement, okay, with the franchisor to um, uh, to conduct the business, okay. Um, if they sign the contract and then they already can use all the technology possessed or owned by the franchisor, okay, it means they can get the technology readily, okay, so they don't have their own. Maybe this company don't even have their own um, internal innovative or technology, okay, but because they sign the franchise agreements, okay, they can easily obtain the technology and know-how, and this is really uh, something like shortcut lah, okay, long way off, shortcut to get the already developed technology. Okay. However, the disadvantages or the cost of franchise agreement, okay, of course, by this agreement, okay, you have to sign contract, sign contract, and this side contract signing, okay, can be take times, can take times, and also can cost money also. Okay, so that is the cost or the challenge, the disadvantages. Okay, so other if you can see there, okay, the other type of linkage also have their own advantages and disadvantages. Consortium, for example, is the group of companies they work together. This group of companies, many companies, okay, they have their own how to say expertise, and of course when they work together within consortia, okay, they will share all the knowledge, okay, but not all knowledge can be shared or can be disclosed to other company, and um, within the consortia, okay, the companies can be rival or competing with each other. Okay, so while you working, okay, with other companies, at the same time you don't want to how to say to leak, or to accidentally leak or accidentally tell others, okay, of the company secret, okay. So maybe during the you working together, okay, you meet other companies, okay, maybe this knowledge leak, knowledge leakage. Sometimes you accidentally tell something very strategic, very strategic importance to your company. You um, how to say, accidentally disclose it to other companies. It's called knowledge leak, and which is not good for your company. Okay, so that is the risk or the disadvantage or the cost of uh, uh, joining or involving in consortium. Okay, so you can see there's other type of linkage also. You will have the how to say, advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so by considering in making decision, of, of, of course, as technology managers, okay, you have to make decision. Okay, okay. First, of course, important decision is whether you want to do internal R&D or external R&D, or you want to do both. Yeah. Okay. Usually, a company will do both, especially big company which has which have the fund, okay, which have the resources, enough resources. This usually big company, okay, they have enough resource to do internal or to do R&D, internal innovation. Then they will do internal innovation or R&D. But at the same time, they of course they will form some type of alliance to obtain technology. So usually company, if they can afford doing R&D, they will also obtain technology from outside. So both type of technology or innovation is important, internal and also external. Okay, but small company maybe they don't have the enough resource to do R&D. Okay, maybe then they will rely more on alliance to obtain technology from outside. Okay? That is a type of alliances for technology acquisition. So in making decision, uh, which to use, which linkage, which type of linkage. Of course, you have these choices. Okay, so which one to choose? Well, of course, every company, okay, will have to look at the advantage and disadvantages. You may use several type of linkages. Okay, but usually not all lah. Okay, not all company will use all these type of linkage. Okay, but maybe they will use one or two of these alliances, okay, to obtain technology from outside. Okay. We have looked at the say alliances. Alliances. Uh, well, of course, alliance can be in terms of location. Okay, it can be domestic. You ally, you cooperate with domestic companies, with other companies within the same country, or you can how to say, cooperate or ally, okay, with international company, international or bigger company. Yeah. Okay, go back here. Okay. Well, reason for international alliance. Um, well, this uh, maybe it's quite logical lah. Okay, why companies want to do international alliance, of course, for organizational learning. Okay, maybe if you work with, if you ally with um, company from developed countries, okay, maybe they have more experience. Okay, they have better technology. Okay, uh, they are better lah, better and more experienced than us. Okay, so when you ally with them, of course you can learn from them. Cost saving also cost saving. Um, Cost saving in terms of you save money, okay, by not doing your own R&D, but to obtain from outside. It will cost. This will help to save the money or the resource. Strategic behavior also, because if you work with international companies, strategic maybe in term of the branding, maybe the company from outside, from other countries, developed countries, maybe their brand is better, they are better known, than local company. So for strategic behavior, for strategic reason, companies may align with other companies, other countries. Um, well, this one, maybe we can discuss this tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow we continue little bit on this, okay? And then we continue with discussion on e-learning. Okay? Tomorrow also we have session, maybe short session, followed by discussion. Discussion in e-learning lah, as usual. Okay, any question on this? This topic on external innovation can be very important topic. Okay, usually asked in the final exam. Okay, so make sure to take note on all the the key points here. If you don't understand, you can always ask me. Um, well, any question?
I think no for now,
No
doctor.
question. Okay, thank you, Patrick. Okay, very clear. Okay, well, as usual, okay, well, if you don't switch on your, how to say, the video, okay, I may not be able to see you, okay. um, well, of course, you have to make sure everything is okay. Semua sihat-sihat, everybody okay. Ada siapa tinggalkan KL tak? KL Selangor.
Saya doktor.
So, okay tak sana?
Uh,
Rumah
dekat
okay?
KL okey lah.
Okay,
Cuma Shah Alam sana memang serius.
Your house okay?
My house okay.
Okay, good.
House okay. Hmm.
One of my PhD student habis rumah dia. Kena masuk air semua. Habis. Dah pindah. Sementara lah. Okay, good. Ada yang lain-lain. Okay, Okay, tak apa. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Take care. All the best. Okay. Masuk berkeram.
Thank
Stay
you,
safe.
doctor.
Thank you,
Stay safe
doctor.
semua.